Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing okay at this time. A really challenging time for us all. And the great thing about what we're doing in Bethany is to be able to connect with each other, to stay in touch, even if it's over camera, which isn't my favourite method. But in these times it's the best we have. And it is good that we can stay in touch through our small groups, through prayer, through different means, and hopefully I'll be able to share something with you that might challenge you, might encourage you, and God will hopefully speak to you through what I say. This is actually my second take. So did a video last week and sent it to Neil and came back. Oh yeah, it's really good. Only problem is you need to do it landscape. There's not enough natural lighting, and it's far too long. So thanks for that, Neil. Thanks for that constructive criticism. Didn't realise Steven Spielberg was directing this. So here goes, second take. Hopefully this is a wee bit better. And yeah, I'm just going to share something that I've been reading. I'm just going to share two thoughts rather than three, so it's shorter. And yeah, hopefully something will resonate with your heart as I share. Just coming to you here from Benjamin's bedroom. Hope he doesn't mind me using his room. And just to show you, it's been tidied. Don't worry, there's his bed. Just he's getting a bit big for it now, but just make sure he stays safe at night. We have to keep him in there. So yeah, I know for many people this is a time that you get to spend with family that you might not have done before, and for many people that's a real blessing. For others it's more of a challenge, and I would say for many of you knowing my household, you'll sympathise with me in the weeks ahead. I'm really going to need your prayer, so yeah, I really appreciate that over the coming days and weeks for my house. Yeah, I've been reading in 2 Corinthians lately, and something that really stood out to me, really challenged me, is found in chapter 5, and I'm just going to share with you now from chapter 5 verse 1. And this portion is called Our Heavenly Dwelling. It says, "Now we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands. Meanwhile we groan, longing to be clothed with our heavenly dwelling, because when we are clothed, we will not be found naked. For while we are in this tent, we groan and are burdened, because we do not wish to be unclothed, but to be clothed with our heavenly dwelling, so that what is mortal may be swallowed up by life. Now it is God who has made us for this very purpose, and has given us the Spirit as a deposit, guaranteeing what is to come. Therefore, we are always confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord. We live by faith, not by sight." Yeah, this is something that, as I was reading, really, really spoke to me. And just as I read that, it resonated with me, it challenged me. And I can relate that we aren't at home, and we're away from our home. Our natural home is to be with God. And we have these bodies, the earthly tent, as it's called in this chapter. And it's temporary, it's not eternal. And you sometimes you can feel the groan that it talks about. And at the minute I just feel like our bodies, this world, they're groaning. They're not complete, they're full of sin, they're prone to disease, they're prone to sickness, to death. And while we're in these bodies, we will never be complete, we will never be what we are meant to be. But because of what Jesus has done for us, one day we will be complete, we will be given perfect bodies that are immune to every disease, that are immune to pain and sickness and crying. And this time, personally, it's not a good time. You can't get out, you can't go and see your friends, your family, you can't do the things you like to do. But this time is temporary. There will be a time when this lockdown is lifted and we can go and do the things that we want to do again. And that's great, and that's something we can look forward to and cling to. But even beyond that, when that ends, we're still not free. We're still in this world of sin and darkness. And I look forward to the day I can go back out and play football with my friends, or go and have fun and hang out with people. But even more, I'm looking forward to the day where I'm going to be with my Saviour, and I'm going to be complete, and I'm going to be made whole, and I'll not be worried about sickness. I'll not see people dying. And what a great day that will be. And because of Jesus' death and resurrection, we can be with him one day and be complete and be given perfect bodies, and that is a day that we should all look forward to and rejoice ahead of. And just at the minute, this world is just so full of darkness, and a challenge for us is to be a light. And I know for me that's not easy, because there are days when you think this is just rubbish. But we're called to be a light. We're called to be different. In this world, you can just feel the darkness that's around it, and people who cling to jobs, who cling to money, who cling to relationships, all those things aren't what we thought they were, and they've been taken away from us. And I just really hope and pray at this time that people look to Jesus, because he's the only thing that is eternal, and that can't be stopped. And people who thought that their security came in money, possessions, all those things are up in the air now. And I really hope that this world looks to their Saviour at this time. And just one more thought before I finish. It's going to be long again. Sorry, Neil. Is that one thing that's worked for me so far is to try and set out, maybe on a more practical note, is to set out your week, and maybe challenge yourself, or set out what you want to do in that week. And we have all this time. Like, I have literally nothing to do now, and yet, it's the Bible's not the first thing I pick up. It's not radically increased the time I've spent with God now that I'm not working or I'm not going out, and that's disappointing, and it's something I've had to reevaluate. And it's not just because I have more time now, because some people might say, oh, I just don't have the time to read, but all of a sudden you do have time, but you're still not spending that time with God that you think you should. And one thing for me that's helped is setting out maybe a challenge for the week, something you want to read, maybe a passage that you want to get through, or a different routine. And for me, I've tried to get up and read my Bible in the mornings, because I don't normally do that, because I'm not a morning person at all. I've tried to get up and read, and that's helped. And it's just different. It's a different routine. Now, I'm not gonna lie, last week wasn't amazing. Just was trying new things, and it was fine. But this week it's we're only a few days in, but I've really noticed a difference, and it's just because I've really taken my time. Again, I've nowhere to go or nothing to do, but that was the same last week. But this week it's been different. I've really slowed myself. I've really invited God into my quiet time, into my reading, into my prayer, and I've really seen God show up in a way that I haven't felt in a wee while. And it's been so encouraging, and it's just been great. I want to share that with you. And the last few days, I've really felt, I've really enjoyed time in God's presence, and it is great. You've got time to stop it. Even though you know it, your body's not used to it. Your mind's not used to just taking time and being really slow. So that's maybe one thing you could try. Maybe set out a routine that works for you. Set out a challenge for the week. I want to get through this passage, this book. Or I want to spend much more time resting in God's presence. These are things I want to challenge you to do, and hopefully you will experience more of God's presence. And if we come out of this time in lockdown, knowing God more and spending time with him, then it's a time very, very well spent.